Hello everybody, welcome to Blue Goose Garage. Did a few things to the van. I figured I would kind of just touch on them. I hope you enjoyed the video. Here we go. As you can see, I had the doghouse off. You can see right here, I did quite a bit of creative re-engineering with the heater hoses. The way I did it, I can put a valve on the heater box that I'm going to show you in a minute inside this van, and I can restrict how much it gets to turn it up or down and make the original heater core have more going through it. Right now, it's really not got any restrictions. It's just kind of flowing where it wants to. And the heater box that I added maybe gets 75% of it. It's just enough to make the dash not blow cold air. I really, however, don't need it to put out a lot of hot heat, because this heater box that's between the seat came out of a motorhome before it was in that Metro. It was designed to warm a motorhome up going down the road. It's overkill for this van. It was extremely overkill for that car. What I want to do eventually is put that heater box in the back of the van. That might be next year. For now, it's up here and it's working fine. The only advantage in running it to the back of the van would be I could hook it back up to the original ducting that went up to the roof and put that duct back on the ceiling, and it would have vents. But it really, I could show you in a rear view mirror. See how half the rear windows cleaned off? That's all because of this box up here in the front. So it's good enough to run you out of it. I'm going to be making another video tomorrow that I'll post up in a day or two. We're taking a road trip in the van. Me, my mother and father and aunt are taking a trip up to West Virginia. So it should be a fun time. So we got a little bit of air coming out up here and it's warm. Well, that's about so hot you can't touch it. And that's not even on all the way. I'm gonna have to figure out something to hold that over. I don't know how he had that. Maybe I have to do that. I wish I had a temperature gauge. That's about 100 and it hurt. You can't keep your hand on it. That's almost full temperature. I put the switch back here where he used to have it. That was low. That's high. Well, I'm telling you, it burns your hand. You kind of got to keep in mind, though, that motorhome heater box. So that was underneath the hood. That was in front of the firewall, behind the grill, on the outside of that motorhome. It really wasn't meant to be inside the vehicle. You kind of see where I just brought them up through the floor. I probably need to lay something over that because I'd really rather not get scalded. I mean, look how big that heater core is. That's the size of a Metro radiator. Danny was pretty creative. These are lids, you know, part of the bottle too. if he wanted it restricted, he'd put the cap on. That was because he had it hooked up to a hose that ran up to his windshield for his defrost. And over here's two lids I'm not using. He had these pointed towards him, and you can flip them open, and they're literally Parmesan checker lids, and it would deflect it towards you. There we go. Danny was very creative.